Okie doke. All right, we're going to continue to admit people to the call here. Let me throw it on speaker view as well. Okay, well, welcome. What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, welcome to our May team call. I cannot believe we're almost 6 months into 2021. Kind of crazy, but we are in month 2 of quarter 2 of the year, and I'm super excited. We're super excited for everything.
Yes.
So
there's a lot to be excited about.
There is. So typically we start and kick off our calls with wins from the month before. So, oh, someone's asking a question. Will the, what's the deal? Okay, there we go.
Yep.
I'll post it into the One Team page, but I couldn't get it to live stream into there, so I don't know what the deal is. That's okay. We have it recording now, so yes, we will pop the recording up if you have to hop off early. Okay, so we would like you to share your wins for the month of April. I believe kicking off with gratitude for last month. Looking back and reflecting is a super key piece to moving forward in gratitude and momentum and all the things. So if you can pop it in the chat grid, or if you'd like to unmute, just unmute yourself. Let me throw it on gallery view so we can all see you. Throw it on, or, just click off your microphone or click on your microphone so you can share. Let's hear who had a win from last month. Who hit some goals? Oh, Stephanie Morales got her hubby's account to senior silver.
Cool.
That's awesome. Double dipping, which is fabulous.
Who else had something? I know there was some wins out there.
I'm going to shout out a couple people.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to shout out my sweet friend and level 1 ambassador, Corinne, who's been on our team for a while. If you're a jewel on our team and got beautiful handmade blankets for Christmas gifts, she made them all. So she's pretty talented in the crocheting department. She went silver last month, and she's helping some people go silver this month and helped some people add some +1s. And I have no doubt she'll go super silver this month and help her hubby go silver. Alrighty, who else has a win? Oh, Sarah Wright signed up 3. Caitlin signed up her first ambassador. Yay, that's so fun. Kim, we zoomed with Kim. Kim Pittman signed 5 new level 1s. Jill added 1 last month. Robin went gold in March, yay, and kept her rank in April. Hubby went gold in February and kept his rank in April. That's awesome. All right, who else has some wins? Does someone want to unmute and share one of their wins? I think I saw Laura Ferry on here. Is Laura on here?
Hey, Megan, it's Laura.
Let's see. When I put it on speaker view, there she is. Laura went silver and senior silver. I always want to call it super silver in the month of
senior
April.
Silver.
Senior silver. April, or oops. Oh, here.
There we go.
Megan.
Wow, there's a lot of people.
Can you hear me, Megan?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's Laura Ferry.
Hi. We can't see you, but we can hear you.
Right, I'm driving. I probably don't need all the evidence,
Actually, it was. I was just chatting with Laura right before supper, and we were just talking about her goals for the month of May. And I was like, "Hey, are you going to be able to hop on our team call?" So they're in the car, and she was just going to share a little bit about her wins and, her story so far. Because she and her husband both have. I mean, they're pretty long time friends of ours, and they have had some incredible results with the products recently. So Laura, can you share it with everybody?
I can, yeah. Okay. So we just jumped all in with the triplex and E's basically, and X Factor multivitamins. And so initially I have lost 20 pounds since early March through the end of April. So that's pretty incredible. I was definitely I mean, weight loss is definitely a primary goal, but I mean, I'm all in for the total health reasons too, and knew that that would just happen over time. But I was definitely surprised at the very quick response. And so, that's a wonderful side effect, of course. um, but another huge win is that my husband, who's taking the Ease product, he's had significantly less pain or zero pain, depends on the day, of course, right? In his knees, which is terrific. Yeah. So he carried mail for 18 years. And so, those knees had quite the workout over that particular time. So there was definitely some negative effects, and who knew that it was really more of an inflammation thing rather than just bone on bone or, whatever the situation was. But he had gotten recently some shots in his knee and maybe lasted 6 months or so, got another set that lasted a few weeks. And it's like, ooh, they're about $1,600 shots. And so for them not to be a cure, but a temporary situation, it's like, okay, then here we are, trying plexus. And so that's great because, the Ease has really eliminated the pain. And that's obviously what we were going for, not just a Band-Aid.
Yep.
Right.
So super excited about that. So that's an easy story to share, right? And so there's a lot of people that have like, oh, I know I have an inflammation issue. So we're excited.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just want to remind everybody that our Nerve and Ease products are phenomenal.
Yep.
And I was talking to Laura a little bit earlier about Deb Krogel. Do you guys know her story? Like, she was kind of like the poster child for Nerve and Ease. So we can repost that on the team page, but phenomenal. And even the fact, like, it's okay to talk about one product because a lot of people do have nerve and inflammation issues. Laura, can you share with us a little bit of your perspective too on why you're sharing and what you see on a daily basis because of what you do in your day job, how gut health is like one of the tippy top issues that people are dealing with?
Yeah, so I sell group health insurance for a living, and small group, medium group, large group, self-funded group, the realm, okay? But on the largest groups that are self-funded or groups over 50 people, okay, so there's definitely handfuls of those in the area and more, right? And just the ones that I handle, I can actually see claims information. And so we track that because it's an indication of the health of the group and therefore that the teams of the group, and employers want and need to know that. So we're watching that all the time. Well, the pharmacy realm is simply out of control. And so what we've been watching lately is like, oh my gosh, so what do we do with this? Pharmacy is simply a Band-Aid. Pharmacy never provides a cure, but pharmacy spend, is growing 30% a year. Well, companies can't afford it any longer. That's just the bottom line. And so, we just dig deep and dig deep and dig deep. Okay, well, the more I dig deep, it's like, what is going on? You think the highest claimants are heart attacks, cancer, or preemie babies. And
Whoops. Did we
10
lose?
claims, and they have diagnosis codes like digestive issues or gastrointestinal issues. Like, how do you get to 50,000 claims? There's a digestive issue. And it's like, oh man, when you really start looking, there's a lot of opportunity with, well, everyone. That's just what I've decided. There's an opportunity for everyone.
Yes. And so she was just telling me, she's like, people are spending the money, but
yeah,
wow, if we could help them with something that's going to help them from the root level and also not cost them out the wazoo, like what they're paying, like what an opportunity.
Did anybody just have a quick brainstorm when she was talking about business opportunity with Plexus on the corporate level? I just wrote down some amazing things. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right, Laura, thank you for sharing and congratulations on double ranking silver and senior silver, super silver, senior silver in the month of April. And she's going for gold this month. So if you're going for a rank up, guys, if you can post it in the chat thread, we would love to hear that. If you haven't posted your wins, if you just popped on, we're sharing wins in the chat, okay? The chat is going crazy. I'm going to share a couple of people right off the bat. I don't have my entire top enroller list yet from my coach or from our coach, but I wanted to shout out Angie Ambrosetti for adding 7 level 1s. Tammy Conacher, Melody Detweiler added 3 apiece. There was many people that added 2. There's many people that added 1. If you are someone that added someone in the month and helped someone in the month of April, shout it out in the comments because we want everybody to feel recognized and seen and appreciated and valued. So exciting. Oh, Laura Ferry also added 7 level 1s as well. So exciting things there. We also, just in a light of numbers, we had 176 new ambassadors join us in April. We're so thankful for almost 200 people. It doesn't include customers, but that many people that chose to make a decision for their health or their skincare, whatever reason they came to Plexus. Some of them chose to start businesses as well, so we're excited for that. I wanted to share something really quickly that I was thinking about earlier, and it's this. Network marketing gives ordinary people extraordinary opportunity. The beauty of this opportunity is that you do not have to come in with a previous skill set or a certain college degree or any of that. The fact that you can start and basically you have the opportunity, if you want to, make as much as, like Jessica Heffley said from convention stage a couple of years ago, you can make as much or more than a brain surgeon from home in your yoga pants. Like, how crazy is that? Insane. All right.
For the record, I do not wear yoga pants, but I do make money from home with Plexus. So
sometimes in your
if you want to roll in yoga pants, roll it out. If you don't, it's okay. It's not a requirement.
Correct.
Just throwing that out there.
Yes. And this is something else I was thinking about is small armies can move mountains. Small armies can change a lot of lives. So I just want to encourage you guys with that. Okay, I want to shout out someone else that's very special. She's on this call tonight. My sweet friend, Shelby Mast, was one of my first ambassadors in my first couple of months of starting Plexus. And she's going to pop on and just share a blitzy version of why she started Plexus. I think it's really important to remember why we started and remember what we felt like when we clicked the enroll button. Did you guys feel scared or kind of excited or really skeptically, secretly hopeful that this would be the thing that would help your health or whatever reason you started? Some of you started for a business and it's oh my word, what am I doing? Boop, what if, but I just want to shout Shelby out because she did something she's never done before in her business. She ended with the highest points that she's ever had, and the verdict is still out on whether she made Ruby. It was one of those right at the last minute, and there's 3 kind of pending orders. So if y'all will pray that Plexus will retro a couple orders that made it in screechingly at the last minute at the end of April. But regardless, I think it's just super exciting to be able to one, go for a big goal and do it regardless of the outcome, right? Because it is vulnerable and it's scary when you work on a goal because you don't necessarily know for sure that you're going to hit it. Number 2, going public with a goal, that's super vulnerable. And the fact that she did that, to me, I was just cheering her on big time just for being that vulnerable, because you know what that does to your audience is that it endears them to you because you were that open about a goal. And I was talking to her earlier and I was would you be game for sharing the call? She's no thanks. But then she chatted with her husband. He was I think you should. And this is the thing, guys. we're all on this journey together, and none of us have arrived. We're all learning lessons. Oh dear, where'd she go? Oh, there she is. It changed the graph changed. But we're all in our own space and our own journey, and so there's ups and downs in this business. If you've been in this business for any length of time, you know that. And of course, we always want to celebrate mountaintop experiences, rah people that are rocking it and doing the things and going for big goals and hitting them. But the reality is sometimes we go for a big goal and we don't hit it. Just like I shared about my own journey and reentry gold, my humbling journey of reentry gold, which like I ended one person away for 3 months. Like, that's embarrassing, guys. Hello, it's not like I don't know how to do this thing. But I shared that because sometimes you pull out all the stops and you end one person away. But does that mean that we're going to quit and we're not going to keep sharing because we ended a little shy of our goal, or we're going to keep it a secret because we didn't hit a goal? I think that's the shows that there's growth, and that there's growth happening, that we can share that. So
I would add something to that
sure.
in light of goals. I love setting goals. I would say also in light of that, if you hit every goal you set, you're probably not setting big enough goals.
Mic drop. That's a quotable.
A goal should not come easy. A goal should stretch you. It should it should push you to a place you've never been before. Well, it doesn't matter whether it's Plexus or whether it's your spiritual journey, whether it's finances, your physical health, whatever it is. A goal should stretch you to a new level. So if you're hitting all of your goals, great, that's awesome. But you may look at that and just think, maybe I should bump this up a little bit. This should cause a little pain. Think of like Rocky Balboa training. He didn't just kind of train. He pushed, so I think a goal maybe should do that to you.
Mm-hmm. And push goals are important. So Shelby, she's going to unmute and share her why and how she started Plexus, and then share what she learned from last month.
All right. Hi. My phone was getting close to dying, so I was like, better plug this in before it dies in the middle. Well, thanks for having me on and stuff. So I started, like Megan said, I probably started the products. I just had a baby, or maybe like 5 or 6 months before, and I was just feeling like not feeling very good, not feeling like myself, and was struggling with some like postpartum depression, and having my digestive system I wasn't regular in the bathroom. Let's just say that. Anyways, I'm at actually my brother's house, so they're hearing me in the other room. Anyways, and so I started to take the products, and within a few months, I felt such a difference that I knew that I could share it with my friends. So that was kind of how my journey started. And then I think I didn't sign up to become an ambassador, actually, because I think I was just a customer maybe for like 3 or 4 months until like end of summer of, I don't even know when that was, like 2015 maybe. And immediately I just started sharing and pretty quickly went to gold, maybe within a month or two. And after I just worked it consistently for a couple of years, and honestly, I went senior gold. And then I just kind of had this like a season where I kind of just fell off the bandwagon a little bit and didn't share as often. I still would share and would sign up people here and there, but it just wasn't as like often. And probably I had some like runners, which on my starter that just like God seriously like delivered. They're awesome, motivated, influential women that started to share and started to rank up themselves. And it really inspired me to just kind of steward what God had given me. And so basically about a year ago, I started to like get back into sharing more. And just like recently this last month, actually, I decided I was like, I'm going to push for Ruby. And I put it out there even on Facebook and kind of like did a countdown. And I honestly ended the night, and I think I was like less than one ambassador away, because you know how you have different levels from reaching Ruby. And I don't know if I hit it. If like Megan said, there's some orders that we're hoping will go through. They haven't yet. So, but anyways, what I've learned through that is, I don't even know. Just to, I do think it, like she said, that it's endearing. I was shocked at like the support and the sweet love that we have from like our friends and family. And I also learned that just to push yourself to the very end. Like I wanted to give up. I actually messaged both Justin and Megan, and I'm like, well, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm gonna quit. And they're like, no, keep pushing, just go and just do it until the last minute. And so I was like, I'm going to do this. And I mean, literally to the last second, pushing, and ended up being one away. And it did feel it felt like failure. It felt like it stung, but I also felt like, something I've learned is that, my identity is in Jesus. And so like, it didn't hurt quite as bad. It was like, you know what, I have next month. If it doesn't even happen in May, then it will happen eventually. I'll just continue to be faithful and steward, my business. But anyways, that's kind of my story, from the I've been, doing Plexus for a while, but man, if you really, plant like seeds and do the things, like it really does work. Network marketing is awesome. It really is such a blessing to our family. So, yeah, anyways, we'll see what happens in May. And I may have cried a lot, the night, I think it was, April 30th, I cried a lot, but I also was like, you know what, it's just, it's not the end of the world. Like life goes on and there's still good. And anyways, that's it basically, but I think that I'm done.
Yes. So I think one of the things that we tend to think, I think it's human nature, is to think that we're the only ones that ever struggle, or like, oh, no one's ever gone for a rank and then has ended one person away. Like, how do you even let that happen? Like, that was kind of my perspective until I didn't hit gold 3 months in a row, like November, December, January, like recently. And so I think that it's helpful to share our stories. Like sometimes you do go for a push goal, or maybe it's not even a big goal and it just didn't happen. But like Shelby said, like, it's okay to cry over something that's disappointing. Let your feelings out. Like, it's okay. The other thing that I heard her say was like, she's practicing gratitude, because look at what this opportunity has provided their family for literally 6 years. So talk about residual income. I think sometimes we're like, we only want to share like these diamond stories, but like the fact that you can make a consistent literally residual income for 6 years, like that's phenomenal. Where else in the world, in the universe, can you do that? I know Shelby has verbalized like what a blessing that is. And she was also mentioning to me, I don't know, we were just chatting kind of fairly recently, and she's like, I didn't really recruit that many people last year. I think she was thinking like, oh man, bummer. It was like 16 people or something total. I don't remember exactly. But I'm like, Shelby, the numbers don't matter as much. Like if you recruit, and I want to say this in a way, like, of course we want to help anybody and everybody, but speaking business wise, if you recruit well and you recruit business builders, you don't have to have massive amounts of people. I mean, right. Think through that, guys, because you get some people that want to go gold. You get some people that like catch the vision for the business, or are like, oh, you know what, this makes sense, I'll do it. Social selling, like this is so much less painless than what I do for my day job or whatever, you know what I mean? So I just want to give you guys that perspective that consider who you're sponsoring, because you don't need hundreds or even 50s, right? So Shelby, congratulations. Highest points ever. If not, Ruby,
thank you.
You will be soon. So thank you for sharing tonight on the call. So exciting. Your team is awesome. You are awesome.
Yes,
And
thank you.
we appreciate you doing the scary thing tonight and sharing from
Yeah.
your great
Well,
job.
thank you.
Arnie, do you want to share
Sure.
your thoughts? Okay.
It's got a few things here. For those of you that know me, you know I like numbers. I'm a proud nerd who loves numbers. So I was talking with the president of sales for all of Plexus. His name's Travis Garza. He's a great guy, super sharp guy, been in the industry for a long time. And he shared with me a couple different stats that I want to share with you. I love statistics. So sometimes we have these ideas in light of, and I'm going to set you free here. So we have these ideas like, well, the market is saturated with Plexus. So now, if you say that, you just made Mark Zuckerberg's world, like you just made his day, because what that actually means is when you say the market for Plexus is saturated, that means really your Facebook network might be saturated. However, outside of our 100, 300, 700 friends on Facebook, there's another 7 billion people on the planet. Seriously, I'm being completely serious. So, like, here's the thing: true stats, though, so this idea that the market is saturated, it's just not true. Now, how do I know that? Because globally, that's our goal with Plexus, is to go global. Probably not going to hit North Korea. There's a few countries we're probably not going into. However, you get the idea. We're going global with Plexus, like all network marketing companies attempt to do. We are going to do it. We're going to be successful doing it. So there's a whole world out there we haven't even tapped into. So it's not saturated. We have Mexico, Australia, New Zealand. They're not saturated. We have the United States and Canada. They would be the most saturated. Okay. Now, the true numbers, the true stats for the United States and Canada are this. Less than 0.25% of households in the United States and Canada have had or do have Plexus in them. So let me read that again. Less than 0.25% of households in the United States and Canada have Plexus in them. So there's like a whole world of people still here in the US, still in Canada. This is still ground level company. Now, Facebook feed, you might think something different because all of our friends morph into like Plexus people. So you see it all the time and you're talking to the same people every day or every week. However, outside of that, there's a whole world of people that want, honestly, what we have.
They may just not know it
They
yet.
want to feel better and they're looking for a business opportunity. Now, how do I know that they're looking for a business opportunity? Because another stat that was shared came from a Forbes magazine article, and it says that 7 out of every 10 people that you see walk by, 7 out of every 10, so 70% of the people you see are thinking about starting their own business. Now, we could probably go, we're not going to, but we could go through this whole thing. And all of us have probably, even outside of Plexus, have probably thought, man, I should just start my own business. Maybe I should start this thing. Maybe I should start that thing. Now, very few people do make the leap to do it. But according to that article, 70% of people consider starting their own business. Now, let's think about this for a minute, just with these two sets of numbers. In the US and Canada, less than 0.25% of the households have Plexus in them, and 70% of the people you walk by have thought or are thinking about starting a business. Guys, the market is not saturated. The market is ripe. Mm-hmm. Like, people honestly are waiting to feel better, and people are waiting for a business opportunity. That should be an incredible encouragement to you. It's an incredible encouragement to me. And one of the best things we've honestly ever done with our business is go on vacation. Why? Because we get out of our normal circle, we get out of our normal environment, we get off of Facebook, and we go talk to people, and we sign people up. And all those people, any vacation we've gone on, even in Phoenix, even in Scottsdale, where the headquarters of Plexus is, we're talking to people and they're like, I've never heard of this. I'm like, it was voted like the best place to work in Phoenix. How do you not know? So anyway, I'll leave that with you. Be encouraged. The market is ripe. And now may be a better time than ever for health and wellness and for a side hustle, side income, even a whole new business opportunity for people. So let that encourage you. One other thing I want to talk about really fast is a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, whatever it was, week and a half ago, we had a Plexus Diamond Forum down in Dallas for the diamonds in Plexus were invited to go down, and we were talking about some top secret stuff. It did have to do with our compensation plan, and I did sign a non-disclosure agreement, so I'm not going to violate that tonight for many reasons. Well, one is because it's the right thing to do, and it would cause confusion, I think, at this point if I started to share something in the short period of time that we have. So there are a couple things, though, that I will say that I don't believe violate my conscience or violate the non-disclosure agreement that I signed. However, first thing I'm going to say is the comp plan changes that are coming are great. We will see positive things, especially if you've been in for a little bit. We will see positive things quickly. Positive changes quickly. Now every team is different. Everybody's organization is structured a little bit different, so it's going to vary from team to team, person to person. But it's positive. It's all positive. If you want to prepare for what's coming, one thing I'm going to say is one reason I'm not going to share is because, like I said, I think it'll cause confusion with the time we have. The other thing is write these dates down. If you're a jewel in Plexus, so if you are an emerald, sapphire, or diamond, there is going to be a corporate call covering this on May 11th. Is that right? Mm-hmm. May 11th. You should get an email. There'll be information out. You want to be on that call. If you have things going and it just absolutely you cannot be on that call if you're a jewel, you need to follow up with the recording and spend some time there so that you can educate your team on how to navigate this thing successfully. Also,
there's going to be a follow-up Q&A that evening also.
Right.
So time block that 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Justin and I, and then everybody from Jessica Heffley's team that was on that roundtable discussion, basically her team and on down, which includes our team.
Right.
You know, if you're a jewel, make sure you hop on that in the evening Q&A.
Correct. So that's on May 11th. So write that down if you're a jewel. If you're not a jewel yet, it's okay. On May 25th, there's going to be another corporate call for everybody who's not a jewel yet. And they're going to cover the compensation plan in detail at that time. You want to be, if you're a business builder and you're making even $100 a month, you want to be on this call. Here's why. You want to understand this enough to share with somebody else. Why? Because you may sign a rock star business person and you're going to have to be able to help them navigate these comp plan changes. Mm-hmm. Now, Q&A. May 25th, that's for everybody else, when the corporate office is going to educate everybody, all you guys, on the comp plan changes. That night, also on May 25th, we're going to do another Q&A. Megan and I will be on there, along with probably some other jewels on the team.
All the jewels on the team.
We should be on there, and we'll be going again through Q&A. We'll be asking questions, answering questions, and sharing different perspectives on the changes that are coming. Now, one thing is, how can you prepare for this? The only two things I'm going to share is this. One thing I would encourage you this month, go into your virtual office and go back and look at April. You can look at the genealogy in April, and you can look at everybody and who ordered what in April, and pay very close attention to all of the ambassadors on your team that have between 50 and 99 PV. Pay very close attention to the ambassadors in April that have 50 to 99 PV. Just get familiar with that. That's the only thing I'm going to say. Another thing is, as you're talking with people, don't be afraid to share one product. Don't think that you have to sell a combo. Now, is a combo better economically for the person and for you? Probably yes. However, don't be afraid to share one product. Laura mentioned Ease earlier. I use Ease. It's an amazing product. A lot of people would use Ease, but they don't want a $300 combo. Now, you can start with the $300 combo and then come down to Ease, whatever you want to do. However, don't be afraid to share one product or to educate your audience on one product at a time. If someone wanted to order one product, you would sign them up as a preferred customer, correct? Mm-hmm. That's okay. Don't be afraid to do that. That's another tip for what's to come. So that's the only thing I'm really going to share on the comp plan stuff. I know I'm a little bit vague, and I'm doing that on purpose. But pay attention to those dates coming up where corporate office is going to be doing training on them, and show up to that and learn. And then we'll follow up with the Q&A sessions afterward to make sure everybody knows what's going on.
I did share this in the threads, but this goes right along with just wholesale and customer care. Is I have my reports printed off, so get familiar with what's in your back office. It should not be an area of avoidance. But this is actually an idea from Carissa Casey, and so I just basically took her wording, tweaked it, and we have little appreciation little cards that are going out every single week, as many as can be handwritten in a short period of time. We have like 120 or more level ones and customers that these are going to. So non-business builders, obviously, these are just wholesale people. And then there's a little paper that we put inside for the top tips for healing, like COVID and just, different things like that they might be dealing with, just to add value and to connect with people. So exciting things. Also, there's some fun stuff coming out this month, but it's going to be super awesome. So keep your eyes. Apart from some of the enhancements that are coming, stay tuned for some other fun stuff we just learned about today, which was fun. Okay. Alrighty. So I have an announcement to make, but I'm going to wait until after I saw Ryan Evans hopped on. So we're going to go ahead and let her share, and then I'm going to follow up at the very end of the call with a fun announcement that you do not want to miss. So let me actually put this on gallery view so I can see. Oh, there she is. Hey, Ryan. Okay, so our friend Ryan Evans so graciously is willing to pop on and share her Blitzy version of her story. And also, I will just say, she is the queen, self-proclaimed queen, might I add, because she's so confident and awesome at this particular piece of this business. She is the queen of duplication, and I personally want to learn from her. And I feel like, why keep that to myself? Instead of having a private one-on-one conversation with her about that, why not hear her share what she does to initiate duplication on the team? Which, guys, if you want to grow a diamond-sized business, it's not just about signing up people like a direct salesperson. You need to have the team building perspective and skill set, right? In order to grow a team and inspire people to do what you're doing. And I will say really quickly before I turn it over to her, that when I started, a lie that I told myself was, nobody would want to do this with me. Ha ha. I have since learned otherwise. There's a lot of people that are willing to be social sharers. And a lot of times when people see health change, then they, heck yeah, will open up their mouth and talk about products that have blessed them, or a business opportunity that has blessed their family. So, Ryan, I'm so happy that you can be on with us tonight. Cannot wait to hear a blitzy version of your story, what brought you to Plexus, and just to hear you share tonight. So I'm going to just turn
Hi,
it over to you.
guys.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super excited to get to chat with you guys tonight. So listen, I don't know how many of you know my story, so I'm going to give you a super short version of that, okay? I was pretty sick after I had my oldest son in 2011. I was struggling with my health, getting monthly to sometimes twice a month infusions. So I would go into the hematologist oncologist. He would take a sample of my blood. They would analyze it. They would hook me up, feed me infusions. And then sometimes my hemoglobin level would be low, and I would also have to have a blood transfusion. I had a small part of my small intestines removed because it was not functioning, it was not working. I had celiac disease, and had is a good word because I feel like y'all need to know, a year and a half after being on the Plexus products, they went back in and did a scope, and my entire small intestines was healed and no longer tested positive for celiac disease, which, by the way, is not compliant. Do not tag me in that story. Corporate will contact me. But it is a true story, and I actually have the paperwork to prove it. It's pretty cool. So I had a vanity, okay? I did not have eyelashes. My hair was falling out. I had the restless legs at night. All the things that happen when your body is not absorbing nutrition. I hated seeing posts about Plexus, which says a lot about where I was personally in life. And if you ever feel like you're being held back because you're worried about what other people think, that's 100% about them and not about you. And I had a hard time seeing people being healthy and happy because I was sick and unhappy and broke. I did all the right things, right? I went to college, I got the degree, I took out the loans, I got the job right out of college for $5.25 an hour, eventually worked my way up to a whole $24,000 a year, okay? As the director of a private school. That's how much Arkansas values education. So money was tight, I was sick, I had over 6 figures of medical debt. Jessica Heffley is posting about Plexus and everything is great and grand, and she's going to go on this free trip. She's going to get this big check. And I was like, block, do not need to see her. And she came up to my work and she was like, Ryan, what is going on with your health? At that point, I was down to 109 pounds. Now, I know a lot of people join Plexus because they want to lose the weight. But 109 pounds at that point, with major hair loss, no eyelashes, very, very sick. Basically, they're feeding me nutrition to sustain my life, is not living. It was miserable, and making it paycheck to paycheck. And so she just came at me with curiosity. Ryan, I'm curious what's going on with you. I really think I have something that will help. And you guys, I had negative in my bank account all the time. It was not like, oh, I'm misspending my money. It was like, these are the amount of bills that I have. And this is the amount of money I make. And I don't make enough money to pay the minimum on all of my bills. So I picked every month, I had to pick. Having said that, I was really mindful when I put my check in the bank, I got out enough cash to buy myself Coca-Cola. Yep. I didn't care that all my bills weren't getting paid. I needed to have my Coca-Cola to get through the day, right? talk about mindset. Like, oh my goodness, like I really thought I needed that Coke. And I could totally justify spending the money on the Coke, even though I couldn't pay all my bills. And that was the one frivolous thing that I did was buy soda. I told Jessica I couldn't take the products. I did not have the money to do it. And I kind of explained to her what was going on. And she gifted me the Triplex and X Factor. And so I agreed to take it for the full 30 days. And when it didn't work, I was going to blast her on Facebook and let people know that she was a fraud and stealing their money. And so I did. I took it consistently for 30 days. The first thing I noticed was, I think it was day 3 or 4, I fell asleep in my work clothes. At that time, it would take me out. I would lay in bed awake for hours. I actually had a sleep study done, and I literally was not sleeping. It's not like they could, they do sleep studies and they analyze you. I literally was just not sleeping. Anyway, so I started to sleep, and then all my adult acne started to clear up. And the 30th day, and y'all know I talk about Jesus every time I talk to a group of people, but this was a God thing. Guys, I had prayed so hard for the Lord to send me something that would help my health and help change the finances of my family. And the 30th day I took that last Slim and that last ProBio, I went in and had my blood work done, like always, because I had to go in regularly. And it was the first time in 3.5, almost 4 years, my blood work came back perfect. And the only thing I changed was Plexus. In fact, my doctor sent me a text like 7 or 8 at night that night and said, I am not going to sleep tonight. I'm pretty sure your blood work came back off. Come back in tomorrow. We're going to rerun your blood work. Make sure you have the nutrition you need. And I went back in, and sure enough, it was still perfect. He's like, what in the world are you doing? And I didn't want to tell him. You're not going to believe this. And actually, funny story, but that doctor is Carissa Casey's uncle, which I think had a pretty convincing thing getting her involved with the company. He saw the radical changes. The nursing staff that hooked me up every 2 weeks are still religiously ordering Plexus because they saw firsthand the radical change that Plexus did for my health. But y'all, I was not going to work this business. I had publicly bashed Plexus on Facebook. People knew Ryan does not like Plexus. I did not like network marketing. It felt gross. It felt icky. I was so poor. The thought of asking somebody to buy something from me turned me off because I didn't like it when people asked me because I could never buy anything. And I still didn't have the money actually to get my welcome pack. And I borrowed that. Money because I knew the products made such a big difference in my health. So I borrowed the money to get my welcome pack and get the wholesale prices, right? Because that was the best deal. And it was 2 nights, I think, after I signed up with wholesale prices, I found my 8-month-old baby woke up hungry in the middle of the night. And I know this is going to make a lot of y'all want to punch me, but my baby slept through the night. Both of my babies slept 8 hours a night from the day I brought them home from the hospital. Y'all can hate me all you want. It's a gift. The Lord blessed me. I don't know what I did to deserve it, but Cohen woke up hungry, my 8-month-old, and it was a very rare thing. I had no formula in the house. The formula can was empty because I wasn't expecting him to wake up. I had negative in my bank account, and I had to put my baby back to bed hungry. And I remember bawling on the kitchen floor. I peel myself off the kitchen floor at 1 or 2 a.m. and I'm mindlessly scrolling Facebook and I see the post, The Power of Three. And I had prayed so hard for God to send something that would change my health and my finances. And I saw the power of three. And I saw that number close to $15,000. And you guys, $15,000 a year was more than $1,000 a month. And that would always feed my babies. So I sent a text message to Jessica Heffley and I am like, I need to know how to make $15,000 a year with this power of three. And she calls me on the phone because that's what real hustlers do that are working the business. At 2 a.m., you call your friend on the phone and you say, girl, it is not $15,000 a year. That is $15,000 a month. And I was like, what? Y'all, I was making $24,000 a year at the time. The thought of $15,000 a month sounded illegal. I was like, but I knew the products worked. I knew they worked. And Jessica Heffley breathed so much belief into me. She was like, Ryan, you can do this. And I was like, game on. I was like, I get three. I'm like, you mean to tell me if I get 3 people and I help them get 3 people and I do that 7 levels deep, I'm going to make 15 grand a month? It was unreal. So that is why I am the master of duplication. And sometimes I get nervous when I have other Jewels or Diamonds have me talk to their teams because you guys, I'm about to tell you something that's crazy. And this is crazy. Are y'all ready? Y'all, I became a Jewel with 13 level 1s. Let that soak in. I became a Jewel with 13 level 1s because I did not give people options when they signed up. You sign up, you go silver, your people go silver, and we duplicate because I knew I get 3 people. I help you get 3 people. I'm going to make 15 grand. Okay. That's what we did. We signed up people and we got them silver, and then we got their people silver, and then we got them silver. Okay. And so a lot of my time and attention was just, I poured into power of 3. I didn't pour into I didn't pour into sign, everybody sign it, go wide, which by the way, go wide. Oh, listen to me, go wide, sign all the people, but also duplicate, because I'm telling you right now, friend, if you are running yourself ragged, signing people up and you are getting no one silver, you are never going to be a Jewel. You cannot become Emerald on your own. You have to duplicate. So how did I do that? Let me tell you. Are y'all ready? It's all about multiple points of connection, okay? People, I know you've heard that. People don't leave connection. People need connection. I connected with everyone. If you joined my team, y'all, I didn't care what level you were. I didn't care what level you were. You know how many levels I have? I think I'm getting close to 30. Yeah. I mean, y'all, my team is deep. It's because I duplicate, because I really drilled in. Everybody goes silver. And so what I would do is I would get the people, we would do a Zoom or a phone call, or at first, for sure, we met in person. Okay, I met the people in person. And if you don't understand, and I can't even say that. Well, maybe because I think they've been pretty, but I mean, really familiarize yourself well with the compensation plan. Okay, so I felt so comfortable. I could explain at the time, I could explain our compensation plan to a 7-year-old and they would get it. And it was basic. even if you weren't interested in working this business, it's like, it's okay if you don't want to work this business, but you've got to have some accountability here, because I'm going to ask them these questions. What is your health goal and why are you doing this? And I'm going to say, use that feel, felt, found. Oh my goodness, I can't believe you've been dealing with that. I am so sorry that you have been dealing with that. I can relate because I dealt with X, Y, or Z. Or I can't even imagine. I don't know how you've done it. I am pumped to see how this is radically going to change your life. You taking Plexus consistently is radically going to change your health. Girl, this is exciting. I am so pumped for you. My main goal is to make sure that you're consistent, because I know how life-changing these products are. So we're going to get you 3 accountability partners, and I'm going to make sure your products are paid for, because I don't want you ever missing a month. Okay? Some people, I know you're thinking, well, you're making it sound easy. This is 100% about belief building. People don't believe they can do it. People don't believe that they could be a jewel. People don't believe they can get their products paid for it. You guys, when Jessica Heffley first asked me, after we had that conversation at night, next day, she's like, okay, girl, what's your goal? What's your goals? And she did it. Bam, bam, bam. I want your 1 month goal. I want your 3 month goal. I want your 6 month goal. I want your year goal. I want it now and what you're going to do to get there. Okay. Y'all want to know what my 1 year goal was? Silver. I was like, I can go silver in a year. She was like, no. And so you know what Jessica did? She said, no, Ryan, you are a diamond. You're going to go silver this week. 1 year from now, you're going to be an emerald. And you know what? I went silver that week. And 1 year from then, I was an emerald. It was belief. Belief. I'm going to talk about Jesus again. Seriously, your words can give life or they can destroy a spirit. You get to pick. Your words have power. Speak life into people. I'm thinking about a girl on my team, and when I met with her, y'all, talk about working in the trenches. I could tell this girl was living in a trailer park. She had horrible health issues. She couldn't smile because the nerves in her face were so damaged. She did not believe in herself. She had no self-confidence. She had no social media presence, and she thought that we were crazy. But you know what? I told her, Melissa, you can do this, and you can make enough money in this business to pay for these products, which are going to radically change your health, and you can get out of that trailer park. And she thought I was crazy, but I breathed belief into her every day. Girl, you can do this. Simple steps. Post this today. Simple steps. Add 10 friends on Facebook today. The nerves in her mouth, because she's been taking her products and taking Nerve, she can now almost fully smile. She's almost senior gold. Her life has radically changed. She's a different human, because this business is so much personal development. It's so much more than just action steps, right? People can post all day long and message people all day long, but if they do not believe that they are going to be a diamond, they will not be a diamond. You have to breathe belief into them, okay? Because guess what? You can look at all those diamonds on stage, and well, yes, I'm telling you, most of us have enough money now, y'all, to all get our blonde highlights, because a lot of us start to look a little bit the same. I know, I get it, okay? I get it. But for real, we are all radically different. We have radically different backgrounds. We have radically different skill sets. We work our businesses radically differently, but we know how to do one thing, and that is breathe belief into people and show them that it's possible. It's there's so much of this is just belief, and I tap root into stuff. So you guys, every dud knows a stud, period. You're going to sign up a lot of duds, okay? Every dud knows a stud. Y'all, I don't want to be rude, but I signed up those 13 people and I went Emerald. I'm telling y'all, I think almost all of them were duds. But you know what? Those duds knew studs, and I got them silver. So I tapped into those studs, and I developed the leaders, and I built the belief, and they got some duds that found some studs, and we duplicated it down. Does that make sense? So you cannot think, I mean, every dud knows a stud. It's just the way it works, okay? And you can't prejudge people. You cannot prejudge people. You just never know. And so I tapped deep, and the people that were hungry and running, I invested more of my time into them, which looking back, I probably should have maybe done some more personally recruiting, level ones. But goodness, I just went with what was working, and my paycheck was growing and my team was growing. And not only that, is I was getting to see multiple seven jewels under me now. I mean, that's exciting. There's a lot of people now on many different levels that now have a huge income, and I'm very close with them because I tap rooted into their strengths. I recognize this is an incredible leader. And I made sure I taught the duplication and built the belief. So, okay, let me see. Make sure I went over everything. I mean, really, when you sign someone, they're going silver. That's how this works. Everybody goes silver. And it's because you care enough about their health, and you know the incredible life-changing things that are going to take place when they have 3 accountability partners, and then they're going to get their products paid for. Even if they have the money, that's okay. They're going to get their products. Okay, I think I'm seeing questions. Hold on. I don't have that little chat thing pulled up. Oh, yes. Y'all ask me questions. Megan and Justin, did I kind of go over everything? Do you have more questions for me about how I do things right now? I utilize 3-way chats. So my level ones that sign someone up, we get in a 3-way chat. I teach them, what's great about that is their people ask questions, they see me answer, they could duplicate that for those people, okay? And so that's how it works. I try and get on a Zoom or meet in person with every single person that is a level 1 or level 2. We go over how to take their products, and we're checking in. And you celebrate the junk out of the small stuff. Girl, you did not have a soda today? That is crazy. And you push them. You still drank a Mountain Dew today? Okay, you told me what your health goals were, and a Mountain Dew is not going to help you get there. You got to cut that back. And it's okay to be real with people, because you're reminding them of the bigger picture of the goals that they told you on the initial Zoom, And I actually try and have that Zoom with them before they get their products or as soon as they get their products, so we can go over it. How can you share my health story? I really need to do a new video. I do have a video. I think it's called Why I Plexus on YouTube. If you look up Ryan, it'll be Evans, I think, on YouTube, Ryan Evans. I think it's called Why I Plexus. I have a couple of videos, several takes I took for one event. I have great written testimony on I think it's called the Life Changing Plexus Testimonies. Kind of tells my full health testimony. But I need to do a new video that has the health and the financial kind of all rolled into one. That does get tricky because it is not compliant. But let's see.
Yeah, and I think what I'm hearing you say is like you're in the trenches big time with their health goals, helping them have results in the products. So guys, we cannot be scared of telling people what they need to hear. And I feel like that's where the personal growth piece has come in for me personally so much, is because I feel like I've shied away from confrontation. I'm like, okay, well, if they're not going to be consistent on their products, I can't make them be. but it is, I feel like it's more my responsibility to help them have health results. And if that means I have to say something, speak the truth to them, I need to do it. And so Ryan, I appreciate you sharing the specifics on how, like, you're in the trenches with them for their health goals, and you're I don't know that pushing is the right word, but you're inspiring them to do more than they maybe would naturally do. Because I think me personally, when I started, I just assumed that people would see what I was doing and do it. And there were some just go-getters, thankfully, that did it. But I think I missed out on a huge demographic of people because I was not that inspire, or hey, let's get you silver. Hey, let's get you 3 people,
That's really the trick too, is that, y'all know I call myself Ryan Keeps It Real, because I do speak so much truth, but my truth is always spoken out of love. At least I like to try. I'd like to think it is. I really do try and speak truth out of love and care. And I'm a bucket filler. When she said inspiration, like, I wasn't like, that's not the first thing these people heard from me was, girl, don't quit drinking your Mountain Dew. We were connected. They were my friend. When you join my team, you are my family. I mean, I'm serious. I take it serious. When you join my team, you're my family. And, that's my ministry. You're my family when you join my team. And I want my family to be healthy. And we are connected. And I'm filling their bucket every day and inspiring them every day. And so then when I hear you had your Mountain Dew, it's not a place of shame. It's Ryan loves me and cares about me, and I'm her family, and she wants the best for me, and she's right. I don't need to have that Mountain Dew anymore. Does that make sense? Like, you make people feel good because you care that much about them. And y'all, it is work. It is work. What I did and how I built an Emerald team off of 13 level ones was work. Building relationships and connection is a lot of work, and it takes a lot of time, but worth it. Worth it for sure.
Do you have like a questionnaire that will help determine whether you're a dud or a stud? I'm asking for someone else.
Man, I wish I did. You never know. You never know.
It's true.
Have y'all not heard that before? Every dud.
I have never. It's the
I've
first
not heard
time I've
that.
heard it. That was good. I wrote it down. That's I'll be using that one.
Yeah.
I always say you can't send your ducks to Eagle School.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, there you go.
There's another thing too. Back when I was saying, everybody goes silver. This is something I see a lot of people, and I don't know that this particular team has this problem, but I'll throw this out there just in case some of you do. You've heard that saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. This is what I see a lot of people wasting their time on. So don't get me wrong. When I say duplication is important, duplication is super important. But if you have led your horse to water and they are not drinking, I see some of my people and they are like holding their horse's head underwater. Like, come on, drink the water. And then their horse dies and they start giving their horse CPR. And you're like, your horse is dead. You need to go buy a new horse. You know what I'm saying? So don't throw all your energy and resources into trying to revive what's dead. Don't stay in that negative space. Move on, okay? Move on. tap into somebody else that's working. Because I kind of feel like sometimes when I tell people, they think, well, I just really got to focus on just the people I have. If just the people you have aren't doing it, you got to move on. Go recruit. Always be signing 3 people a month, period. Always be signing 3 people a month. That's duplication. Do the math on this. It's fun. Instead of like, if I get 3 and you get 3 and we all get, we do that 7 level state, do 7. If I get 7 and I help them get 7 and I do that 7 levels deep, do the math on that. I also too, the average Jewel has 40 active level 1s. So when I was working my business, I put out 40 sticky notes on my wall. And I was like, I'm filling this sucker up. That was the goal. I was like, I'm going to get 40 because out of all these duds, there's going to be a stud in there, So that was the goal too. I don't know if that helps. But.
Yeah, no, we were talking about that actually on the jewel or the diamond threads that we were in. It was kind of like, it was really interesting how pretty much the average has 40-ish active level 1s now. It's like, 5-6 years into the business. So it was really interesting how like consistent, most people were. So that is interesting. You were mentioning the fact that this is work, but Carissa, when we're sitting at that round table, and I said this on a live on Monday in our business group, but Carissa said, you must pay the price of admission for a time. And in true Carissa truth bomb fashion, she said, pay the price or get it off your wish list. And so I agree with that because it is true, because this business takes work. It takes time. It takes energy and pouring into people because we're working with people. But it's worth it. I know Ryan can say it's worth it. And, so many people on the call can also say it has been worth it.
Yeah, I made a lot of sacrifices. Y'all, I couldn't tell you what, I don't watch TV like people talk about it. I'm like, that I don't even know what show you're talking about, friend, because my family is a priority. And when I'm not spending time with my family, my business comes into play, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to give up. But I will say this, in the beginning, when I was building my business and really working in the trenches, I'm talking, y'all, I worked a lot and I made massive sacrifices, even sometimes put my business ahead of my kids. But remember, I couldn't feed my kids. Now, you guys, there has been a season in my life where I had to check out. I had personal things going on in my life. I had to check out. And y'all know what? My team got me re-entry diamond. And I wasn't working at all. I mean, yeah, I would copy and paste a post on my team page, and that's all they got from me for a good long season. And they got me re-entry. So all of that work I did for, those 6 years before that, it was hard, but I was easily able to just check out and my paycheck kept growing. It's a beautiful thing. It's worth the sacrifice for sure.
Yes, agreed. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing your story and for popping on with us. So appreciate everything that you shared.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
All righty. Okie doke.
Am I good?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Thank you. I'll see you. All righty, guys. Okay, I know we're a little over, but we have time. We have time to do this because it's important. We have a once a month call, and it's always inspiring to hear someone else's story. So I hope there was something that you have gleaned tonight that has inspired you to continue on your journey with a lot of energy and excitement. I want to say just a couple things really quickly. there are on average, hang on, let me find my notes here. 3,500 to 5,000 rank ups every month, or maybe that's what it was in March. Anyways, on average, they're expecting double that in June. So I want to encourage you guys, all of you guys, to be one of those 10,000 rank ups in the month of June. Why not you? 10,000. That's right. Anyways.
It's a lot of rank ups. We're maybe have different numbers. However, it's going to be a bunch.
He's marking on my paper. And
the nerd comes to the rescue.
Yes. Regardless, there's going to be a lot of rank ups in the month of June. So April, May, June, we're in the middle of quarter 2. And so I want to encourage you guys to tap in. I'm not going to go over the blank piece of paper that I asked you guys to bring tonight. I'm going to reference the Monday motivation call that I did to encourage you guys to get your sticky notes posted on how many people you're sponsoring and also how many people you're helping to go silver, where you want your points to be ending in the month of April and also the month of June. I would be game planning, 60 days out for sure. But I want to encourage you with a couple of things. Consistency builds credibility. Clarity reduces confusion. And so I want to encourage you to show up more than you ever have on social media. Don't be afraid to post about single products. We have those posts posting on the team page, which I'm thinking that maybe the one from today didn't get posted. But regardless, be posting, sharing this week. I'm personally talking all about Joyum and the skin stuff because we have an event on Thursday. Mother's Day is coming up. It makes perfect sense, right? So that's what I'm promoting this week. And I want to encourage you, be better in your post and your story. Go live more often. My dad always says prior preparation prevents poor performance. And so if you pre-plan what you're going to share, you're going to show up in a different way. If you are able to get your stuff mapped out on paper, planning brings peace. So I want to just reiterate some of those things we talk about a lot, but it's really, really important. Couple things really fast. Eric Worre's Success Loves Speed. I was reminded of this at Jessica Heffley's retreat. If you have never listened to that video, or maybe you have, I want to encourage you guys to go back and listen to that. It's how to recruit 20 people in 30 days. I have done that several times over the course of my business, and I would say that's why we have a almost 7-figure business with Plexus, is because we have done that several times over the past 6 years. So I want to challenge you guys to consider doing that. I'm going to be leading a 100-person reach out challenge in our momentum group. I'm going to be getting that up. And remember that Jen Leith hosts those power hours Mondays and Wednesdays. So if you're finding that you're lacking either motivation or wondering what you need to do, pop on those power, I think they're power half hours even. So they're Monday and Wednesdays. I think there's 2 different time options. Pop on those because it's easy to hop on and just do the things, right? And then lastly, I just want to say, if you want to recruit business builders, you have got to talk about the business. And so I want to challenge all of us, myself, us included, to share more about the business, pray that God brings you people that need this business, and lastly, go live and share the business. Okay, so if you've never shared your business story, that's what I want you to do in the next week is share your business story. Angie and Berzetti did it, and we did it, or we've done it. I mean, we've done it multiple times. But I was just remembering that we did like a, hey, we're going to shoot you straight. Here's why we work this business. Here's the scoop about it. Hannah Levi was my very first customer. She listened to that little live video testimony that we did, and she is now a senior Ruby on our team. So all that to say, you never know who's considering, like Justin shared those stats, you never know who's considering a business, and you never know who's been watching you for a long time that finally their life aligns and they decide, yes, I'm in and I'm doing it and I want to join you. Okay, so who's ready for the announcements? I'm going to share it with you. This is super fun. Okay, so if you have earned or somehow received a cuff from us or from your sponsor, we have a source for these fun cups. Hold them up if you have them or if you have them on. We are going to do a fun cuff incentive for the month of May. Mine says Inspire. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oops, I don't have it on speaker view. But Lisa Winters gifted me this either the month I went diamond or right after I went diamond. And I literally wear it almost every single day. I know it sounds crazy, but we love to put our word for the year on the cuff. And so this is our incentive for the month of May, and it's all about the power of 3. Brian was reiterating the importance of the power of 3. And I just want to tell you guys that we are rewarding anyone and everyone who adds 3 between May 1st and May 23rd. Hang on. May 23rd. Okay, that's a Sunday night. So you must add your 3 before the 23rd. And then if you do that, then you qualify to be on a VIP call on the 24th. On Monday the 24th, we're having a VIP call for those who are working the power of 3. And every single one of you 45 people that are on this call should add 3 by that time. Okay, that's our challenge to you is the power of 3. And we are going to have some surprise diamond trainers on that VIP call. So super pumped to be offering this to you guys. Plus you have all the Plexus incentives. There's the May incentive and the Q2 prizes to be working on. So all that to say, you guys have a great night. I hope this was a blessed team call. We're praying for you all. We love you guys. Have a great night.
See ya.